hidden deep in the Texas woods, over a quiet, muddy creek, stands the remains of a bridge long forgotten. More than a century ago, this crossing carried horse-drawn wagons, early Model Ts, and the footsteps of generations heading to nearby farms and towns. Today, only rust, broken beams, and shattered memories are left behind. This wasn't just any bridge. It was built by the Paso Bridge Company, one of the firms responsible for connecting early Texas communities before paved highways even existed. But here's the question that drew me out here. Why was this bridge abandoned? And what story does it still hold after 100 silent years? Join me as we explore the lost history of this forgotten Texas bridge, a piece of the past left to rust in the woods.
I think I see it. There it is.
You have arrived.
Oh, thank you, Google.
I stumble upon this bridge on a lonely Texas back road, hidden right beside the new crossing that everyone uses today. Most drivers pass without a second glance, never realizing the crumbling structure just a few feet away once carried the lifeblood of this community. What's left here isn't just rusting metal. It's a forgotten chapter of Texas history, a time when small towns built their own roads and bridges long before highways stitched the state together.
Oh wait, I see something before we go to the bridge. What is this? Oh, it's a guardrail. I was like, what is that? Yeah, guardrail to prevent people from driving any further, which I don't know why you'd want to drive through the grass anyways. Well, I got a little pathway going. Let's see if we can get on this bridge. Oh. Wow. This is definitely a different point of view. Might need a lawnmower up here. Holes. Right there's just one of many. And as I was making my way to this side of the bridge, okay, it looks like we're good. Here's a plaque. It's been busted out. Built by probably Paso Bridge, and I don't know, its chunks are gone at this point.
This rusted, broken plaque is one of the last surviving clues to the bridge's past. It reads, built by the El Paso Bridge and Iron Company in El Paso, Texas. C.M. McKinnon, Company Judge. Geo M. Waller, Chairman. W.C. Berkey, Engineer. These names tell us this wasn't just any rural crossing thrown together with spare lumber. This was a county commission project built in the early 1900s when communities relied on small local bridge companies to create vital links between farms, markets, and neighborhood towns. Back then, a bridge like this wasn't just convenience. It was a lifeline, connecting isolated families to the outside world, turning day-long journeys into hours, and opening up trade and travel in ways that change life forever.
Finding a historical marker on the bridge is a bonus for me. Isn't that beautiful? that is a long way down. And now you see why I don't want to go back through that pathway. Over there with that mysterious holes, there's two right there. I don't know how well I can see them on camera. Alright, let's head back the way we came. Good, I got a hold of that. That was a lot easier than I expected. Alright, now we are gonna go down to the bridge.
So how was this bridge built? In the early 1900s, local governments often hired companies like the El Paso Bridge Company to design and assemble crossings just like this one. Back then, bridges were made using pre-refabricated steel parts, ordered from big founders in the East. The pieces would arrive by rail, hauled out to remote creek beds just like this one by wagon. Crews worked little more than hand tools, steam winches, and muscle, setting steel trusses in place over concrete-filled caissons. The spiral steel forms you can still see here, standing strong after a century of floods and storms. On top of those piers, a pony truss deck would have stretched across the creek, carrying a simple wooden plank roadway just wide enough for a single wagon or early automobile. It wasn't fancy, but it was reliable. And for the farmers, ranchers, and family who used it daily, it meant connection, safety, and opportunity.
Look at the size of this tree that has fallen down. Looks like an oak tree. Maybe a pine. I don't know my trees that well, so you're gonna have to educate me. Decided to come down here, take a peek underneath the bridge. Oh, sign of first car. I think that's about the closest I'm going to be able to get to these beams. Very interesting and very unique. Not like what you see in modern bridges. I don't know what type of material it is. It's hard. I was going to say iron. But I don't know really.
For decades, this little bridge was the main lifeline over the creek, the only way in or out for farmers, travelers, and families passing through. But as cars grew heavier, roads grew wider, and modern highways began crisscrossing Texas. One-lane bridges like this simply couldn't keep up. By the mid-20th century, a new concrete bridge was built just a few feet away, carrying all the traffic that once relied on these steel beams. The old crossing was left behind, slowly surrendering to rust, weather, and time. Today, only its skeleton remains stand here in silence, a monument to the past, forgotten by progress, but still telling a story to anyone who stops to look.
I know abandoned bridges aren't really like a popular topic in urban exploration, but for me, it is. Just like these other places that I go check out, every place tells a story. This is definitely a place to come on a weekend if there's no one else out here, to have a good, peaceful day with nature. And you can bring your favorite lunch, snacks, drinks, whatever. I was just back there checking out that creek, showing you nature, and I decided to come back toward this direction, and it looks like I found a piece, or maybe multiple pieces, from this bridge. Look at the size of this chunk. So I got to show you a couple more pieces. Looks like this is where the bridge expanded to, I guess. There's two sections, left and right of your screen. Can we go inside a little further? I saw one more piece over here, or maybe more than one piece. I'm guessing this is a part of the bridge. That's just my guess. Oops.
Texas once had hundreds of these locally built metal truss bridges, each one a lifeline between small towns and a symbol of progress in a growing state. Most have vanished, torn down, replaced, or just left to rust away. The few that remain, even in ruins like this, are more than forgotten steel and concrete. They're like time capsules, silent witnesses to the hard work and determination that built the roads we travel today. This bridge may have been abandoned by time, but its story still lingers here, waiting for those who pause long enough to hear it.
I don't know exactly what this is, but it looks like there was a road here under the bridge at one point, maybe. Is it called asphalt or something like that? And normally when you build a bridge, just so you can get over a body of water, but I have seen it where people build bridges where there's just a road underneath it, but doesn't it look like a road, really?
Bridges like this may be forgotten by time, but their stories don't have to be. Every rusted beam, every cracked plaque is a reminder of the people who once relied on this crossing to connect to their lives and livelihood. If you found this story interesting and you want to know more about these forgotten places that I go to, then don't forget to like this video, share it with others who love forgotten places, and subscribe for more untold stories from the past. Until next time, keep exploring, keep discovering, and keep the stories of these places like this alive.